Okay, so for the map schedule, World's Edge all around, just World's Edge, no more Kings Canyon for now. We might put in new maps later on in a different season, but for now, World's Edge. And we have Complexity with 2 wins here. They're absolutely dominating in this tournament, but there are the top 3 spots will be able to get a spot in the playoffs. And honestly, there's still 2 more games, so anyone is going to be able to achieve that top 3 spot, you know what I mean? So if someone gets 2 wins here, neck and neck, they'll be able to get that 3rd spot.
That's exactly right. And that leads us to where we're at now. Complexity in first with 54 points. CLG in second with 44. 2 brains, 1 controller. Back-to-back 3rd place finishes. Well, that puts them in 3rd place. They skyrocketed after 2 kind of subpar games to kick off the tournament. And now, look at this. We got a bit of a crazy engagement to kick things off. Tissue Paper, which is, by the way, just ridiculous as a team name, but you know what? We're going to roll with it here. They're going up live. They're going to get a revive, and it looks like they're in a decent spot. Meanwhile, Designful fighting against Rogue. Crazy things happening here on our to kick things off.
Yeah, one thing to note about NA is there's a lot of 50-50s off drop. There's a lot of early game fighting, so it never gets boring in these games. That's for dang sure. So Lou is going to go down, but he gets the trade on Designful.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So, interestingly enough, Rogue and Solafide in a crazy, crazy engagement. Complexity, though, looking to be the first team to go and win 2 tournaments in the autumn circuit. We, of course, have not seen that yet. We saw TSM win the last one with Energy in second. We had Did We Make It, who actually won the surprise win over Rogue. Rogue almost went back-to-back, as Rogue has done a really, really good job in top 2 finishes. Went back-to-back in top 2, sorry. Now we got Tissue Paper in a fight here. Complexity might be the first team who won the Autumn Circuit #1, and now looking to close it out with another win here in Autumn Circuit #4.
Absolutely. Only 2 people down so far. They are in the low ground, and that team is in the building. So it's going to be hard to push up without getting shot on the way there. The longbow does quite a bit of damage, so they're going to have to maybe retreat here.
Yeah, look at this. Dropped is just literally ratting his way to survival right now. It is like a New York City sewer. Guess what? You're going to get stomped on by some angry dude from Brooklyn. Just like that. Actually, I don't know if dudes from Brooklyn are stomping on rats. But still, you know what I mean here. A rat trap. That's what we'll call it. Nice job overall finding the rat, and that's going to be it. Good night and goodbye from Rogue. Not necessarily the best showing from them. Rogue currently in 19th place with 4 points, and they will stay there. I don't know if they got any eliminations overall, as all members of Solafide still alive.
But they do have themselves a spot in the playoffs, so they won't be able to get that cash prize today, but they're going to be all right. They're going to pull it back for the playoffs in December.
That's exactly right. We'll be able to run it back. They don't have to play or grind, actually, more like a grind through that last chance qualifier, which, by the way, for any of y'all watching right now, yes, all, a couple thousand of you, last chance qualifiers are coming in December. You can sign up. You as an amateur team can create the Cinderella story. You could potentially qualify by getting a top finish in that tournament to make it to the playoffs to play against these pro players. Make sure to go and sign up. PlayApex.com/ALGS has all the information you need. You can, of course, go to the Battlefy page for ALGS as well. Really, really great storyline. I love what the commissioner of the Apex Legends Global Series, John Nelson, has done with this entire format. Ghostiami, Shaheen, the entire team. Mark, of course, running League Ops so incredibly well. He, of course, came from ESL originally, went and worked on the Halo team. They have so much experience across this entire competitive gaming team, and that's why we get this brilliant format, girl. I love it.
HPS, they are one of our top 10 teams right now. They're currently in 6th place with 32 points, but they are down a player, so that's not going to be looking good for them. They're really, really, really close to getting that playoff spot, so they might just sack their player and play it as safe as possible.
That's exactly right. We're watching HPS. We got a couple other situations here. And, HPS is a team that you said 6th place. We got Flashpoint in 5th place with 33. HPS has 32. Season in 4th with 35. 2 brains, 1 controller in 3rd with 38. CLG 44 in 2nd. Complexity with 54. So we got about 21 points that separate Flashpoint and Complexity. They got to pop off here. And if I'm Flashpoint, they have yet to qualify. but I wouldn't necessarily panic. I wouldn't necessarily feel like I have to go all in. I have to play Bloodhound. Sometimes I make those statements. Yeah, when you're like in 16th place, okay, do something different. But Flashpoint is currently in the top 5 of ALGS points in points, and they might be able to sneak a qualifier if they get top 3, top 2, especially because if Complexity wins, that's another spot that goes to an ALGS points team. Because keep in mind, if a team double qualifies, like Complexity is about to potentially do, like Rogue has already done, that spot doesn't go to the 3rd place team from that tournament. It goes to the next team with the most, that has not qualified with the most amount of ALGS points. You get points for each tournament. You got to place consistently. Flashpoint's been one of the most consistent teams overall, so I think Flashpoint doesn't need to panic right now.
Absolutely, and that's really good insight. I would never have thought of that. ALGS points, if you just try and get those placements, get as many points as you can in this tournament, you might just make it in on those points.
Exactly. That's what you love about this format. You know, consistency is key. You reward the teams that have been grinding and staying consistent all tournament long. You might not be the team that pops off like Complexity or CLG and your TSM or NRG or Rogue. You might be a team that consistently places like 4th, 5th. In Europe, I would compare this Flashpoint team to Flavor of the Month, right? A team that consistently places but doesn't necessarily reach that pinnacle of a top 2 finish. Meanwhile, listen, we got an engagement here, Knocked. And the 2 Brains, 1 Controller squad in 3rd place right now, by the way, with an opportunity to potentially secure themselves a spot. They find themselves in some trouble here. This would be crucial if they die.
Yep, so right now they're pinched in between 2 teams, and Madness is trying to take out their Watson Ultimate right now, so that isn't going to look great for them.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Might be a little bleak, might be a little dangerous. CLG hunting right now. 3 teams nearby. We know one of them is 2 Brains, 1 Controller in 3rd. One of them is CLG in 2nd. I don't know who the 3rd team is, but it looks like 2 Brains, 1 Controller actually opted to try and push that team. Not sure what we missed there, but they were just posted up here. They're going to actually pop a rift. They're going to actually back out and reset. And I think they may be able to just survive here. They're like, we are out of here. We want to try and get an escape route. They're going to use that escape route, but that team that they're trying to hunt right behind them is currently in some duress. Nice job by 2 Brains, 1 Controller to back out of a tough situation, because you never want to be this. You know, in the words of my man Hotsick, the game of Apex Legends sandwiches. Do you like sandwiches, girl?
I love sandwiches.
So do I. You never want to be the meat, though. I love the meat. Don't get me wrong. I'm a meat lover. But in Apex sandwiches, you never want to be the meat. You always want to be the bread. Right there, 2 Brains, 1 Controller were the meat. And in that situation, they were going to get grinded like a meat grinder, and that would have been bad. They instead made themselves the bread by pushing that team. I like that decision.
Absolutely. And here we are with Ice Force Esports, though. They got themselves in a little fight. It seems to be like they're winning the fight. They've got the confidence. He's going in with the massive shots while he's 1 HP, but he misses a couple of them.
Yeah, it's a little costly here, girl. A couple of those shots might actually hurt them, but it looks like that last up live is Sling. Goes to the melee, a little ill-advised, and now it's going to be Vize, the last alive. Unfortunate situation as Zach Mazer, the one and only, clutches up, and TSM nearby as well. Looks like a 3-team affair here. It was TSM, Zach Mazer, and now Vize is trying to just survive and leave if he can, and he's going to be able to do so, because TSM, a little bit preoccupied, girl.
Yeah, TSM came in at the very perfect time. Zach pulling off that clutch, but unfortunately for him, TSM came in. They're like, give me those kill points. They took those kill points, and they took the loot. So really, really good third party.
They said, give me that. They said, give me all of that. You know, kill points, loot, you name it. No? They didn't say that?
No, they definitely did say that.
They did say that. You agree. Okay, good. You scared me for a second. You left me hanging. Well done from TSM. Just being greedy, taking it all. The kill points, the loot, you name it. They're going to be well looted, well positioned. Girl just said in Discord, sorry, my feet is lagging. No worries, girl. I got your back. One dream here. I was like, you left me hanging, girl. What the heck? I thought we were a team. I knew there was something more.
I'm refreshing.
I got you. Now take your time. I know how that works. Multitasking is difficult. It's not like you're a pro gamer or a pro streamer or anything, and you talk to your stream while playing professionally, while competing. It's not like you multitask on a regular basis. You don't do that.
No, I definitely don't do that. It's just it's kind of hard to cast something you can't see, right? So, but we're back.
Exactly.
We're good, and we're back with some energy hemlock action.
That's exactly right. You know, jokes aside here, girl and I are having some fun, but you're spot on. Jumping on board with NRG, and yes, it's much more difficult to cast while multitasking because you got to be all in and focused than it is to maybe stream and compete. Meanwhile, Nathan, speaking of competing, is trying to compete here. He needs to get his health back to be able to get back in the competition. Currently leaving his teammates Frex and Rocker. Rocker, by the way, the best performing individual player in terms of kills of anyone, which you might be surprised to hear that because we haven't seen NRG outside of online tournament number 3 get top 2, but it's really been Rocker who's been dominating, arguably the MVP, most damage done, and of course the most kills. He's been performing incredibly well.
He's an entry fragger, that's for darn sure.
Yep, that's exactly right. Actually, I have to stand corrected. Nathan. So Rocker has the most kills. Nathan has the most damage with 15.5k. That is over 1,000 more damage than Lou in second place with 14,500 more than Monsoon. In third place with 14,000 damage, more than ImperialHal with TSM. So we got NRG, Rogue, Complexity, and TSM in our top 4. Incredibly impressive what our top Slayers can do in terms of the damage that they put out. Nathan in first, Lou in second, Monsoon in third. That's total damage over the entirety of the Autumn Circuit.
And just to give you guys a little bit of perspective, Rogue has won twice now, or qualified twice now.
Yep.
And NRG has qualified once.
Says a lot. Yeah, it does say a lot. The fact that NRG is still able to put that much damage in, but hasn't necessarily qualified, maybe leads to other conclusions that we have some analysts to break down. We'll leave that to T-Squared, the pros, the expert, as our analysts. Meanwhile, CLG still alive and well as they made the rotation over, and now they're playing the choke point between the sorting factory side of the map and the fragment side of the map, and they're playing that on purpose. They're being very purposeful. They're using that as a gatekeeping opportunity. Girl, talking about choke points and the importance of gatekeeping.
The importance of gatekeeping, one, it gives you the kill points, so it boosts your points up by quite a bit, and it prevents other teams from getting into the game, from getting any points at all, so it puts you at an advantage in both ways.
That's exactly right. Also helps you, obviously, one, from a kill point perspective, two, from a placement perspective, helps you avoid other teams getting into position and helps with positioning. Couldn't agree more with that. Meanwhile, Solafide, currently on board with them as they're flying through. Like what I'm seeing out of the Solafide squad, as they've been playing incredibly well. Solafide currently sitting in 7th place with 28 points. They need to pop off game here, and guess what? Complexity is still alive. 54 points with Complexity. So they're playing so incredibly well.
A lot of aggression here coming from Complexity throughout this tournament. Reptar pulling in that battery.
Yeah. Exactly right. We'll be able to heal back up using that dome shield as well to give themselves some artificial cover, but Complexity's in a pretty rough spot here. If you know that CLG is nearby, got to be a little cautious of CLG and that team. Of course, the CLG's near the choke point. Solafida nearby, NRG and Respawn Village. Shout out to my man Deltouche, by the way, for the Respawn. What does he call it? He called it Respawn Village. Yeah, he did. Respawn Village. My man Deltouche taught me that one. It was a pleasure having a chance to hang out with my man Touche, cast with my man Touche. Meanwhile, we get to watch them in this moist cave in honor of my man Deltouche. Girl, you back?
I am back. Sorry about that. One thing to note is Shiny has been using the charge rifle as much as he could. So one thing to note is that the charge rifle is really effective in these pro games.
And why is that, girl?
Because it's so good. You can do damage from all the way across the map. You're able to pick off teams and put them at disadvantages when they're fighting while not being in any danger at all.
Yep, I love it. And the hit scan, of course, one of the only weapons in Apex. You only have an Apex as it's a pure hit scan. I would love to see maybe one more weapon that's hit scan. Someone that was a big fan of Halo 2. I'm a big fan of hit scan games, but we'll see if that comes to fruition. Meanwhile, Solafide finds himself in some struggle. We actually have a chance to jump into the comms of Solafide. Let's listen in.
Heal up, we gotta take this!
I'm healing. He poured it underneath, I think. He poured it inside, he poured it inside.
There's a Bloodhound team. Yeah, we gotta come from this left side.
They're inside.
In here, so.
Inside on Gent.
Fuck.
They
Might
didn't
still be knocked.
They didn't in for us.
I'm coming to you guys.
We need them to push TSM for us. Fuck, bro. What are they doing? We need them to push him first.
I know, I came back.
I have Bub. We gotta push together.
Oh, no, I'm just putting it from here.
Alright, I'm gonna hit port.
Hold on,
I'm
wait.
Yep, wait.
Make him.
Alright,
Fuck.
they're gonna push behind us. Energy's gonna push behind us.
Yeah, they're behind us right now. They have an orchestra at the bubble. They're in storm.
Stay here.
There's so many nades.
Oh my god, bro. They're all swinging. They're all swinging.
Hold your shield up.
I knocked the Gibby on this team inside.
No, we just
Stay
got
there.
fucked,
Stay
bro.
alive.
Get away.
Focus this kid. It's 2v1. It's a 2v1.
Yeah, I know. Whatever, I got the kills.
Fucking A, bro.
At least you got 6.
And there you have it. Unfortunate for Solafide. Fortunate if you're a fan of TSM in 9th place. 4 points behind Solafide. Well, guess what? They've gotten more than 4 kill points this game. We'll see where that puts them. A very strong showing from TSM. In that game of King of the Hill, they end up on top, girl.
Complexity's just not allowing it. They know TSM is in here. They are going to block them from getting any further. But it looks like they're going to try and portal around. What a smart play.
This is TSM/Complexity stuff. I love the way that they're both playing this right now. TSM's playing it perfectly. Well, guess what? So is Complexity on the port, on the rotation, saying, you know what? Let's go the path less traveled as opposed to the path that clearly is traveled. Look at the amount of body bags or death boxes we see in that cave. Wow, smart decision right there from Complexity. I like the heads-up play. Those are the type of decisions that they make. Now we have Complexity alive. First place, 54 points. You got to think this is going to be their game, girl.
Some of the biggest brains in NA are on Complexity. Now they have this wide open map. They can choose. Do they want to go left? Do they want to go far wide right? We'll see what happens.
Interestingly enough, CLG, despite being your champions of the Summer Circuit playoffs and the PGL Showdown, have not qualified yet for the Autumn Circuit playoffs. So this is a must-win for CLG. 44 points. TSM has 24 points, 20-point differential, but 2 brains, 1 controller. Not sure if they're still alive, has 38. I know that they were in this vicinity earlier. I think they may have gotten taken out, so this is a good situation. I gotta understand which teams are alive. We got 11 left. You know, we have HPS. I think I just saw Panders get taken out of HPS, so Panders might still be in it, might just got taken out. Flashpoint and Season are the teams that TSM has to beat. Zeratricky as well. Looks like Flashpoint is currently in this. They're well positioned to stay alive in this game. Will Flashpoint spoil the day for CLG? Or will CLG and Complexity remain as your top 2? That's the question, girl.
That is the question indeed. And they're up by a little bit of points, but they're taking in a lot of damage coming into the zone. They're not quite yet in the zone either. This Bloodhound's going crazy, trying to push them, but Madness takes him out.
Exactly right. Look at this. CLG playing so incredibly well. They're going to find a whole squad. That's going to be more kill points to them, but they have to keep going. They have to move forward, and they're going to find a whole other team. Good damage right now from Madness. He's playing out of his mind. Madness gets 2. Can he get the 3rd? No, he almost does it, but it's not enough. It's Season, the 4th place team, that cleans it all up.
Absolutely, and they're able to survive. Kenny is down though, so Lion and Klein will have to try and survive, but they're not in the best spot. A lot of teams have angles on them, and this team on the high ground does not want to let them live.
And that's TSM's nearby to their left, and there's a team on high ground, as you said. And we got bottom 20 alive as well. Bottom 20, well, they're in the top 11 right now. We'll see if they can have a monstrous game. Guess what? They're in 11th place with 21 points. TSM was in 9th with 24 going into this game. So either team can have a monstrous performance, get a first place finish, and of course, the amount of kills that TSM has, you got to think that might put TSM in the top 3. Top 3 gets paid, I believe. Top 2 qualifies today. If it's a repeat team, it goes to ALGS points. Who's been the most consistent throughout the entirety of the Autumn Circuit?
Absolutely, but right now that they're fighting, TSM's trying to look for to kill both squads.
He's going to find him. Remember, actually, Wraith. That's going to be Kalane. I don't know if it's Klein or Kalane. You said Kalane, so I'm going to roll with it. Nice job by Snipe Down. The controller player doesn't miss shots. He connects for that last kill on the Rat. 3 squads remain. We have TSM. We have bottom 20. And then we have one other team. I'm trying to look across the map to see who exactly it is. It's Zeratricky. Zeratricky is in 8th place right before TSM coming into this game with 27. How do you think these teams should play it right now, girl? What do you think they should do?
TSM has a really good spot. These 2 teams are going to fight, and TSM is going to third party. I'm calling it right now.
Well, here it goes. Girl's calling it. I think it might be coming to fruition. TSM's already entering the third party. They're doing so much damage cross map. They just made it impossible for bottom 20 to win this game. The damage is in, but guess what? It's all Zeratricky getting the kills. TSM needs these kills. They need to slay out if they want to get paid, if they want top 3, if they want that prize pool. Let's see if TSM can do it. They're getting some shots in, and now we have a 3 versus 3 fight. I know they have the advantage. Zeratricky has to heal up.
They just have the left and right angle, so they're going to have to choose a side to focus on right now. Snipe down taking in a lot of damage. Reps going down. Hal has to clutch it up, and he does it. TSM ImperialHal 1 just clutches. Let's go.
Unbelievable finish from TSM, and an even better call from Girl. What a showing that was. Great endgame call coming through, and in the end, TSM are your champions of game number 6.